All right, everyone, good morning. Welcome to this beautiful Wednesday morning, the 2nd of June, 2021. Dr. Chef here. Um, Welcome to Dr. Chef's Crypto. Obviously, I am not a financial advisor. This is not official financial advice. Do not follow this information. Always do your own research, make your own decisions. So we've got an interesting little mini rally type of thing happening here, and it's part of this bigger pattern, and it's all quite confusing to most people. So I want to just get into it real quick and give you sort of an overview of what we're looking at. So right here, of course, I'm on the Bitcoin chart here. Let me blow this up, and let me show you what this is. So we talked about a little bit about this yesterday. But let me just show you this. So I'll draw these lines in for you here. Make it real easy to see. Something like that. And something like that. So what that is, my friends, is called a triangle. Now, this is just one of many tools that's used in analysis. But in this case, the time it takes to develop a triangle equals the importance of a triangle. So if it's a couple hours, that's one thing. But this is actually developing over a period of probably mid-May to early June. This is probably a 2-week development pattern for this triangle, which makes it fairly significant. And here's what you need to know about this triangle. First of all, it is a symmetrical triangle. It's not a straight line on resistance and a line going up to meet it. It's not a straight line on support and a line coming down to meet it. It's almost exactly perfectly symmetrical. That means a couple things. First of all, it means an apex is coming like literally today or tomorrow. So we're right at this apex. This thing has been stretching out into this point right here, okay? And that's happening like within a day or two, okay? That means it has to go somewhere. Now, the bad news is that, and bear with me because I'm a very bullish guy, so just bear with me. But the bad news is that typically a symmetrical triangle will break in the direction of a trend. And if you look at this and this, you can see this is a downtrend. That means that typically this will break down, and we talked about that yesterday in the fact that this could be it's definitely a bearish signal that we have, and this could be part of a long-term bear cycle, bear market, bear trend that we're in. We hope that's not true. We want to see it break out up, and it could break up. If it does break up, and you see this line go up from here, that's a good sign. We're still facing resistance at 40 to 42. If you see it break above 45, then we're in the macro trend and we're headed toward all-time highs by the end of the year. If you don't see that, it could continue to go down, or it could stabilize here in the middle in sort of a consolidation flat line for a while. We talked about that yesterday, so if you want to know more about that, look at the video from yesterday. But yes, all that is relatively bad news from an analytical standpoint. However, there's some other interesting things that I want to point out that may change this. The first one is it's nearly 2,000 higher than it was yesterday, right? We're in a green candle. And what that means is it could very well be a little hint and a little bit of positivity before it drops again. But that could be a signal that it's going to break out to the, you know, to the positive and go up. That's what we're hoping for. We're hoping that this up miniature uptrend today, this little couple $1,000 uptrend, it means that this triangle breaks up, goes outside of the high 30s, breaks through the 40, 42, and then we're on the way up after that. So that's a great sign. We'll have to wait a day or two to see what happens, but we're definitely not going to be able to pause much longer. I mean, look at it. This is happening right now. It has to be here. This is a day. This is a 1-day chart. It has to be within the next couple of days. It has to go somewhere. All right? Now, here's another piece of interesting good news. Let's go out of Bitcoin for a minute and let's go check out other stuff. Now, look at this. Let's go to number 2, the big number 2, Ethereum. Okay? Now, I want you to look at this because this is different. Here's the Ethereum chart, right? Take a look. This one is different. All right, my friends, take a look. The Ethereum chart is a lot more level across the top and a lot steeper across the bottom. So this is not a symmetrical triangle. In fact, this is a sign of upward movement. I mean, this is fascinating because this is not the same thing as the symmetrical triangle on Bitcoin. This is much more of what we call an ascending triangle. And an ascending triangle can often indicate that it's going to continue up. You also see a lot more green in the Ethereum, and you see higher lows as well as higher highs. Higher highs, higher lows. This, if you drew just one for the last couple days, it would be a box going up. And that's a good sign. That's a good sign. This right here, not so much. This right here, not so much, including this giant drop. But this is a recent, you see the last few days, this is a climb. That's an ascending triangle. So that's good news. That's different. So let's go back out and let's look at one of my favorite projects. And not a giant player right this second compared to Bitcoin or Ethereum, but on the way into that category in my mind, okay? And that is my friends over at Cardano, ADA, and it's been going up quite nicely. So check this out. All right, let's look at the Cardano chart. Now, if you do this, look at that. This is an almost perfect, look, right? This is an almost perfect ascending triangle. Check it out. Boom. Look at that. So that's a very different deal. Now on this chart, we also have plenty of green. We also have higher highs and higher lows, and we've got a very steep ascension line on the bottom, and an almost exactly flat line on the resistance. This indicates to me that this could very easily break out of this triangle within the next couple days and head north. This could very well be a positive breakout. With our resistance sitting here and our all-time high sitting here, right, then this is a very good looking chart. So, what do I mean by all that? Well, if we go back and we look at our Bitcoin, first of all, maybe for a change, everything's not moving exactly the same. I mean, obviously the overall market's always going to have, Obviously, the overall market's always going to have a little trending connection, at least for now, to Bitcoin. I get it. But look at that. That is a almost perfect symmetrical triangle. And it's on a downtrend. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that go down. So does that mean that Bitcoin may continue down, but Cardano may continue up? Ethereum may continue up? If that happened, then what that would mean is a dream has come true for many, many investors, many, many crypto experts, many, many YouTubers. A dream has come true, and that is that the other alts, especially the leading alts, have disconnected their fate from Bitcoin. That is completely unhistorical, completely unlikely. Bitcoin's driving the market. Bitcoin's where all the big boys pay attention, where all the big money whales come and go. So it's very unlikely. But what if the other two charts, the Ethereum and Cardano charts, what if they are telling us the way this Bitcoin chart might break? Since it is a symmetrical triangle, since it's coming to an apex right now within the next couple of days, since it has to break somewhere, what if this other charts are telling us it's probably going to break high? That's my analysis for today. That's my hope, that everything breaks high and heads up. From a technical standpoint, a symmetrical triangle on a downtrend equals breaking down and more downtrend. But we're going to know within a day or two. Here's what's going to happen. This is my final word for today. Here's what's going to happen. If Bitcoin breaks out of the triangle to the negative and continues down, we're in a solid bear market. That's it. We're just going to have to ride it out. If it breaks up, then it's a chance that the historical macro patterns that take place the year or two after a Bitcoin halving, that pattern is in play, and that means that we are going to continue up toward the end of the year. But this is our sign. So we're going to get a sign within the next couple of days of what we can expect for the next few weeks and months. So let's just all hope and pray that this continues up and that everything goes our way. But just be prepared to see that go down. And of course, as I mentioned, if perhaps Bitcoin continues down, but others continue up, then we get to witness something that we've been waiting for a long time, and that's a disconnection where others may not follow the Bitcoin market anymore. That's unlikely, but if that happened, that would be beautiful. We would like to see everything functioning independently. So if something was in a bear, something else could be in a bull. Everything could happen like that. But the market tends to travel together. So anyway, stay tuned. Right now we're at 38,051,053 here in the Bitcoin world, which is up dramatically from yesterday, but not reaching or pushing through our 40 to 42 yet, but getting close. And everything else is kind of climbing like that. And of course, ADA is doing great right now, up and down a little bit, but that's a pretty steep looking triangle over on the Cardano chart. So hang in there, keep paying attention, and smash like buttons and follow and put that notification thing on. And I'm going to try to keep rolling through this. We're going to watch what happens, and I'll be making videos as that breaks out one way or the other. All right. Thank you very much for your time and patience. This is Dr. Chef saying have a fabulous, wonderful day, and I will see you very soon.